morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. Here with tips on smart ways to manage our money is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and Johnson Brunetti partner. Eric, thank you so much for joining us today. We actually have some viewer questions for you where people are asking about retirement. Let's start with Carlos. He asked, I'm 63, I have a 401k, and my employer matches 6%, which I am taking advantage of. I have an IRA policy that I have had since 2015. Can I roll over my IRA into my 401k? I plan to work until I'm 70.
Okay, fantastic. You're putting money into the 401k. If you're getting a match, always want to take advantage of that. It depends on the employer. Sometimes you can take an IRA and move it into a 401k. Most times you can't. That also applies if you have an old 401k, you can probably move that in. Now, keep in mind these older plans, you're not going to get matched on that money, only ongoing contributions going in. But you want to make sure, as a lot of people have a number of different things going on, that they're all working together, not necessarily in the same place, but part of the same plan when you think about, is your money working hard for you?
All right, that's a good question. And now Stephen would like an explanation of the IRS 55 rule. He wants to know, what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of taking distributions at age 55 rather than 59 and a half? Are there limits to the amounts you can withdraw?
It depends on what the withdrawal is. Without getting into the weeds, there's something called a 72T withdrawal, which you have to take it out for 5 years and a set amount of money. There's other rules that apply if it's your employer plan, like 401k, and you're over the age of 55, not yet 59 and a half, where you would normally get a penalty to access money out of an IRA, if it's not a hardship, then you can take out larger sums of money. Be very careful spending retirement money before you are retired. So merits a longer conversation. If you are going to retire early, maybe think about accumulating assets outside of a retirement plan so you can access them without penalty or tax.
All right, another good question there. And now here's one from Daniel. He asked, I'm retiring soon and part of my retirement fund is a Roth 401k. I plan to roll most of that into an IRA I have, but I'd like to use part of it to open IRAs for my 3 grandsons. Is that doable, and would that be considered a gift and therefore non-taxable? Would it be better to create individual trusts instead in case they need more flexibility to use the funds? A lot going on in this question, Eric.
Whoa. So, all right, real quick. Number one, Roth 401k, move that to a Roth, not an IRA. Maybe that's just semantics, but that's tax-free money forever. Keep it tax-free. Move it into a Roth IRA from a Roth 401k. As for the grandkids, merits a longer conversation about what are you trying to accomplish? Is it for college planning? You'd probably be better off in a 529. Is it for retirement planning? Probably better off in a Roth IRA for them too. Or is it for, I don't know if they're going to go to college. Maybe I want to help them buy a house, which means they're going to touch it way before 59 and a half. That's a whole different account too. So have some conversations, but that's a wonderful thing to do. As far as gift tax, probably wouldn't apply in the amount of money you're talking about transferring unless you were going to give them a whole bunch of money.
Okay, some good
like
insight
over $1
there.
million. Yeah.
And now next question is Maria. She wants to know, can you know exactly how much income you will have when you retire, for example, at age 70, including income from investments?
So retirement income, and let's say you're fully retired, no part-time job, you've got 3 places that it's going to come from. A pension, maybe. Social Security, probably. Your investments. And the only one that you truly have full control over is your investments. And a lot of times that's kind of the last one people pay attention to. So have that conversation before retiring to get yourself in the mindset, well, be able to answer the question, can I? You know, people fall into 2 groups. You can retire, you can't retire. You've got to know where you are before you actually retire, because maybe you're being unrealistic about how much income you need to live on, or maybe you're in a really good place and you just don't know it yet.
Yeah, these are so many great questions today, and this is, I'm sure, just scratching the surface. People have a lot of questions about retirement. Tell us about your special offer today, Eric, for people to learn more about this topic.
It's called Work Smarter, Not Harder. I like that. It's that people do, and you can get it at moneywisdomtv.com. It's totally free. It's a great book. But people spend so much time and they do a great job, you know, saving money. And people ask, well, why is it you only, not only, but specialize in folks who are about to retire? Because you need a plan. There's so many people that have done a good job and put themselves in a good place, and then they spend retirement terrified to spend their own money, which is, well, that's not why you saved it. So let's talk about it. And this book will help. Work Smarter, Not Harder. And, you know, has a checklist, which I like, things you should be thinking of before you retire and as you retire.
Awesome. That's a great offer. As always, Eric Hogarth from Johnson Brunetti, thank you. And again, if you would like to learn more, to receive this offer, go to moneywisdomtv.com. For CT Style, I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We'll see you next time.